Does that work? Did that do it right? Hello, everyone. Do you hear me? Hello, stream. Hello, chat. Hello, say hello, voice, my compatriots.
Compatriots.
It's already been 20 sessions. Holy shit.
Yep, we are on session 20, and you may notice a familiar face. Face. We'll just go with face.
When was our first session? Let's see.
Our first session, I would have to go and look at the VOD.
It's almost been a year.
Oh, wow, damn.
It's been a year.
Yeah.
Damn.
We're at 11 months.
All right, then we will have to do like a 1-year special or something. I will have to plan something.
Each episode.
In the meanwhile, everyone, hello. How are you doing? I am Trisky. I am your not-so-humble DM of the show with 0 quality control and production value. Joining me are a bunch of chucklefucks who are going to do a bunch of shit today. Presumably. I don't know. They may just decide to sit around and do nothing, and then it'll be really not nothing.
All in favor of doing nothing, say aye. Aye.
Nay.
It can be reintroduced.
Yep. We are going to start off zooming back into the group and focusing the camera on our lovely party of Chaise, Runt, and Zephyr as we return to the view of Moreston. Now, I'm going to have to, for those of you who don't have a token to see, aka the one person who doesn't have a token to see, I am just going to does this thing have vision? Can I give this vision? This is the party inventory. I think I can just give it vision.
I can watch from chat if you like.
It works. You can also.
You should be able to see.
I like how I just see remastered and made in Moreston.
I can see.
Okay, yeah, I'll just be describing shit anyway. There isn't all too much important on the map. It's just backdrop. So we're good. We zoom back in, and it is now the following morning after the party has spent a night here and thwarted what little remained of an attempted ambush by the Tengu. All right, Sponge, this is the first instance of me having to yell at you again about your microphone picking up everything in the background.
Damn it. All right, I'll get
just like old times. But we zoom back in. You all have basically finished up the night with some folks staying on guard. You sort of shifted, took different shifts doing so. As you reminisce about the giant blob of gelatinous ooze that didn't need to sleep that usually stood guard back in the day, he would be very useful right now. But as you wake up in the morning, you are greeted by people in the center, a small, bedraggled group of individuals who are looking at Moreston and watching as he tries to seemingly calm them. They aren't holding pitchforks because they're too weak to hold pitchforks. They're just angrily saying words at him.
Rabble, rabble.
Rabble, 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 rabble.
And what you hear over the whole din is just, if we stay here, we will not survive. It is as simple as that. You may have gotten attached to your homes here, but you need to let go. I dug up my own foundation, built my walls, thatched my roof. I ain't going nowhere. Then you die. Fair enough. And basically this line of conversation and arguing over the whole entire situation, and people are like making arguments about putting up defenses and whatnot in the town and everything of the sort and such instead of evacuating. But nobody else seems the wiser as to paying attention to it. They don't notice you at all as you come up behind them.
Ooh.
Who are you referring to?
Crowd.
What about him?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him what I'm gonna see. Make my way to the crowd. Ask a guy what is going on here. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
The crowd parts as this chair starts moving through it, and they all look at you and blink and then just like sort of pinch themselves a little bit. But as you move through the crowd, you push back the small crowd of people, and Moreston is just sort of sitting there. He's looking down at you. He's just like, it's not going to be so easy.
Yes, well, it's their home after all, and they've put a lot of effort into it. I see, and I guess you are trying to convince them that there's no way to stay.
Yeah, basically, I'm trying to make sure that everyone of my constituents survives, whether we have to set up a new home elsewhere or not, or if we just have to move back in with the fine folks of Stantrum. As much as I enjoyed being a lord of my own land, it's in the people's best interest to not stick around here. What about that adventuring party you sent out? They never came back. That is a sad reality of it, but yes, that is the case. We ain't even gonna send anyone to look for him. Not if they're going to die as well.
Oh,
Dash him rather poor spirit, that dwarf could drink like no tomorrow.
wait. This isn't the dwarf I think it is, right?
It is. I
Oh,
think we're here to help, and we're hoping to make sure they're alive. Because we were told by Amelia that they were sent out this way to scout something. To scout why a scouting party was killed. Or something along those lines.
It wouldn't sit right with me to just leave them entirely, but we don't need the village out here exposed while we do it. And I think it still might be best to get them out of harm's way first.
No. What I had suggested to the mayor is that we take them all back down to Stanton. And then once things have been situated, y'all can return. It's only going to be a temporary solution.
So you're saying you plan to clear out the cult?
Attempt to. Or at least make a effort at figuring out what the hell they're doing.
The crowd seems to sigh a collective sigh of relief, and one of them looks at you and is just like, I'm trusting my home to you. Don't you dare eat anything from my cupboard. I only got one can of beans left.
What's a bean?
You'll be fine. He just walks past you. And everyone seems to like scurry about, attempting to do their things and getting their everything in order. As the crowd disperses, the mayor looks at you all and just sort of like sighs as well. He's just like, that is more ideal than the alternative, but do you have a plan?
Nope.
I would like to suggest, well, it would be good to have them out of the way while we try to solve this as a whole. If we do if we take the time to go all the way back with them, that may be time that our adventuring friends don't have. But if we have them leave and then set out to handle this ourselves, they'll be exposed out in the open plain.
Exactly. So we gotta make a decision. But
So you think we could have some in the crowd seems to suggest fortifying? Should we do that temporarily while we look for the party? And then once we confirm what's become of them, we could lead them back to town and then come back for our final action against these birds.
Well, the way I see it, that lot that went out there, they're capable in their own right. I'm pretty sure they're pretty smart to not tussle with something they can't handle. And if they can't, they're more than likely to come back here. And if there's no one here, they're more likely to come back to Chantron, so we're more than likely run into them on our way back. At least that's me assuming. That's what I'd do.
My worry is if they could, if they're not dead, they could be kept as food for later. If some of these are just carrying people off.
Yeah, it's a possibility, and if that's the case, we'll be there to let them go. But it's risks, but the way I see it, more of a clear conscience for the more people we try to help.
Oh, yes. Clear mind. I mean, I am more inclined to be of the helpful sort. But this is a grand clan, and obviously they need protection.
I mean, alternatively, we could risk someone staying here by themselves and wait until we got back.
No, I don't. Unless we could look around for what's here for some sort of ambush. I don't think one of us alone would.
We don't necessarily need to stay in town. We can stay out of sight. And I believe you can be pretty quick when you're on your own, as can I, because I can travel across the skies as well.
That's true. So, if one of us were to stay alone, you mean as a sort of scout to look for the other party?
Just someone to wait for the other party, see if they come back.
All right, we have returned. I apologize for that.
All right, but
everyone's still here?
Yeah.
We are still here, and we are discussing how to protect the village.
The current idea is to have one of the party members who can fly stay here. That way, in case things do go sour, they can get out. But if the other party comes back, someone will be here to tell them to hold on.
Interesting. As this discussion goes on, you hear off in the distance something that is a little bit foreign to this town as of late, especially with its lack of livestock. Hooves clamping on the ground.
Oh.
It's coming from the entrance over yonder. And as you turn to see, you watch a shape approaching rapidly. A somewhat familiar face riding atop a horse that actually seems to be in good, lively condition. It doesn't seem anorexic or anything. And on the back of it appears to be a familiar figure jiggling wildly back and forth in response to the hopping up and down as you notice Druid Sandstrom and Marasmus coming in horseback.
Those are just coconuts.
Whoa there, fella. Whoa there.
He winds up stopping the horse and setting down and putting it on a post back a little bit further, and then continues to walk into town alongside you. Druid turns to Marasmus briefly for this one.
Yes, I owe everyone for everything. Don't you worry. As Marasmus goes ahead and spits out a gold coin into his hand, seemingly out of his familiar gelatinous body.
He looks at it, wipes it off, and bites into it to make sure it's real, and he's just like, good enough. I'm gonna let my horse drink some water and feed up and graze a bit before I head on back if you change your mind.
I'll have to go ahead and look around as, thank you for the travels, dear sir. Just hear it off in the distance. Also, can I move my character by any chance?
Now you can, because I've unpaused the game.
Oh, okay. I drag. Go ahead and...
You can use arrows to
You can
move,
use
and I think
WASD.
I can, yes. Thank you. Sorry, Foundry is still getting new to me.
Yep.
Arrows work too.
I point over to Druid. Hey, you!
Hello! Hey,
What?
wait a minute.
Wait, hold on. Rasmus, hold on a second. Druid! Just
What do you want?
You wanna come here, okay? Come here a sec.
It is Mona.
No. He just says no and turns around and goes back to the horse and begins, like, brushing its fur.
Hey, Marasmus. Could you just walk? Just 1 second. 1 second. Hey.
All right, goodbye.
Run to point a finger. Hold on, 1 second. Hey. Hey, talking to Druid.
What?
So there's a situation, and you actually might be a good help to the situation.
And what would that be, and why does it affect me?
Well, it affects you because these people might need temporary sanctuary down there in Stratton.
Stantrum, but go on.
They've been raided, and raids getting bad. And we're gonna look into this.
Refugees. All right, I'll lead the caravan back. Anything else?
Yeah. No, that's it. Bye.
All right.
Yes, hello.
Clap, clap,
Good to
clap.
see. It is good to see you all again. I've been looking for y'all. As you
Where
see,
you've been?
I've been doing diplomatic duties with our watery friends, yes. They've showed me quite a bit, as well as, their pit, too. It was weird. Mostly quite a fishing excursion, too fun. But, yes, I have come to go ahead and, after quite a while, decided to join upon you all as, my diplomatic duties are over, and I look to, pursue adventure, as they say.
Well, you've been from diplomacy right back to war, I'm afraid.
Right back to war. Oh, boy.
Yeah, these not-so bird people has been attacking.
Bird people. Oh,
I point to Zephyr, but not bird people, but not bird people.
oh yes, those.
Zephyr, like, pantomimes, like, a beak off her face, just like... What do we got for our faces?
They are crow-like assassins that come in the night and have been taking our livestock and people.
Well, thank you for the full explanation, and I Hello to you too. He looks over at the mayor.
Hello. I would normally be more surprised, but I've already met the chair, so.
I've already met the chair. I know what you guys are up to. Well, very good. Very good. I'm glad that I caught right on up then. Is there anything that I've missed so far? I've been a bit busy traveling as it cuts to a montage of, being played of On the Road again, of Morasma waddling through some swamps, and then it cuts to him going through, running, or there's bandits running past him, and then confusedly looking back at a top-hatted slime just moving down its path, turning away and then going somewhere else.
It's Morasma's quest.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, one of the slides just gets sepia tone, and you hear the sounds of gunfire, and just
Morasmus is. He's on the back of a wagon, jiggling on the road again.
He's sitting on a wagon that's not even moving, bouncing moving.
Yeah. There's no horse attached to it. It's
he's just sitting.
But yeah, no. I am here, fellows, and I have magical aid. I've come to assist where I may. Well, what exactly shall we partake in first then?
Well, firstly, I turn to the mayor. There is a guards from Stratton who says he's going to help guard the caravan, so y'all should be good with him.
oh, thank goodness. I was wondering about the logistics of that.
Yeah, he says y'all were refugees, whatever that means.
That would be accurate. Refugees basically mean people who are forced to leave their homes and go into other homes or areas because of anything ranging from natural disaster to war to raids and whatnot. It's basically exactly what we are right now.
Right. Turn to Erasmus. So, right. Amelia went and told us, I got word from Gazgold that I'm free to do whatever the hell I want.
Oh, very good.
Kind of just doing shit around, and we ended up going to Stratton. And basically giving him the rundown of what we've done the past however long it's been. From going to the mountains, helping a stone giant, and also helping the boggarts in the process, and helping depose a noble.
Well, seems like you've all been on your own adventure, I'd say. I suppose I shouldn't have left, but, well, there's no time like the present. Is there anything I can assist with currently? Besides following you folk.
It's a dual kind of situation here, because we came up this way because we heard rumors Zephyr's kin might be up this way, which apparently it's not that kind of true.
No.
Yeah, but also we're looking for our buddies, because they've been up this way to help investigate, and they ain't been back.
I see.
Yeah, so kind of two birds, one stone. No offense, Zephyr.
So long as it's one of these birds.
Right.
Just to the feathers that either Runt or.
Yeah, we have feathers.
Oh, jeez.
Right. Yeah. So, actually, I believe if we're good, I think we can head out as soon as we're ready.
Yeah.
And leave the whole business to them getting the hell out of here to them.
So you think Zarud alone will go with the caravan then?
Druid. Zarun is the dwarves' name.
Oh, okay.
They are very similar.
Zarun Sandstorm, yeah.
I pulled it. as Sponge may know, I have pulled a Zach in naming.
Good on you. Good on you.
But yes, so is Droon so Droon alone will go with them then? Or are you still suggesting you'll go and perhaps one of us will stay here?
No, Darun seems pretty able, and I look over to see what he's doing.
He's polishing his bloody trident.
Yeah, he seems okay. He'll be fine. Plus,
if
you
you-
got
for the-
Robert and Ron going with him too. Well, Robert, you just saw Robert last time.
Rogar. Yeah.
Robert.
I think Rogar, yeah, you are right. Configure permissions, visibility, observer, yada yada. There we go. Now you can see him under neutral NPCs. Everyone, just a quick reminder that you would know, in character at least, or maybe not Runt, but then again, that's Runt. Druid is the captain of the guard from Stantrum, so he is probably the most well-trained warrior there in the local town.
Okay.
Would I know that?
Good reach weapon too.
Yes, you would know that. That's part of why you bugged him about getting you out here,
Oh, I see.
and why I chose him to be the one that dropped you off.
Runt assumed so because he was right behind Runt when he said he's running the town, and he said, "No, you're not."
Yeah, Amelia and he initially had sort of like a one was the diplomatic head, one was the military head of the town, and so they sort of clashed on things.
Doesn't he
Now
have an
Amelia
animal
just runs it.
companion? Doesn't
Oh
he
yeah,
have
he has a dog
Yeah, I thought that was him. Yeah,
who I didn't spend the time to make a token for, but is there.
yeah. I mean, I assumed so.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has a companion dog.
Yeah, he seems more than able to.
And you said his trident had fresh blood on it that he was wiping off?
No, he's just polishing it, maintaining his
Maintaining
weapon.
it. Right.
He also has like some throwing spears and a satchel on his back.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But yeah,
Very,
I
very
see.
confident.
So, does anyone else got anything to do in the town before we head out?
Oh, hold up just a moment. I have something from my personal collection to get you. As Moreston moves off a little bit and goes into his house and opens and closes the door that has
Chaise,
hit
do the
Runt in the
thing.
face.
Chaise, do the thing.
Thing?
Remember?
The prank you pulled on Zephyr.
Oh yeah. Become door.
Could she become a trapdoor?
Yes, but it would lead nowhere.
I mean, she could technically grapple someone if they try to grab the door.
Yeah,
if somebody
basically.
was like, yeah.
Oh god, I picture that has anyone ever seen The Thing?
Yep.
Says,
Oh.
No, I need to, though.
Later, just
Opens up.
Opens up, it's just teeth.
Yeah. But yeah, after a short while, he seems you hear occasional like random crashing noises that are a bit disconcerting, and then eventually comes outside and he approaches you with a small bag and he heads on over to you all and starts pulling something out and handing each one of you a vial.
Hold on.
No,
Opens
yes.
up.
I'm very thirsty.
Don't drink it! Don't drink it now! 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 Don't drink it now!
How fast? How fast did he say that?
Passed. It passed. What is it? If it was
These
lower
are-
than 10, he would have just drank it.
These are some healing potions from my personal collection. They
Oh.
will do you very well. That's why I would recommend not using them until you need them.
I hand mine to Chaise.
All right.
Okay, so no joke. When he worried about us drinking them now, I suddenly thought like, oh, what if it's just for if we get captured?
That's like cyanide. Don't drink it out. Don't drink it out.
Yeah, but
Jones it.
you are given among you are given a total of 5 potions of basically like moderate healing.
One of it is cyanide. One of you is like
Potion roulette.
As far as I
no.
recall, somebody decided to douse something in one of these, so I would be careful if I were you. They don't smell any different though.
Ha! Joke's on you. Poison. No.
Don't
Right,
give
so
me
it's-
ideas unless you wish to seek the repercussions.
No, Runt. As soon as Runt was given haze, he would have gone down it, look at it, told it was him, question. Oh, and handed it to Chaise.
Yeah, so Chaise, you have 2 of them, and among the rest of you, there are 3.
almost.
So there's enough for Runt to
Alright.
hold on to 1 too, and just give 2 to Chaise if you want.
I give mine to Chaise.
Chaise has 3.
I can.
Erasmus has 1. Zephyr has 1. These are potions of moderate healing. They heal about undrinking, which is like a standard action in combat
3d8 plus
situations.
10.
Yeah, 3d8 plus 10.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm
So they
It's
will
great for the
get you out of a
fighting.
pinch.
It's great
afraid.
for the fighter.
I'm afraid to add it to my inventory because I'm afraid to make sounds.
Oh yeah, which area of?
You're fine if it's
you
for
can-
something relevant to the campaign.
Okay, Chris.
Okay.
You can. I believe there's an item
I don't-
search.
Yeah, it's in so and so. Well, I tried looking
Items
it up and it didn't
directory.
show
Yeah.
up.
Potion.
There is no
Tattoo
item in the
potion.
list, sadly, so you'll just have
It's
to
just-
manually add it. I
Tattoo
checked like
potion
the
and-
compendium and everything.
There is a tattoo potion and a transmute potion to poison.
How much
Wait.
health is?
I fucked up, but I like my fuck up better.
Literally the only poison among the only potion item that's actually a potion among everything in all of the compendiums is a potion of poison in brackets cursed.
Cursed. It's a. You don't know.
It is an artifact added by a module. It doesn't even have any details on it. It's blank otherwise.
This is what I accidentally put in my
Potion of moderate healthing.
healthy. I have this now.
But yeah. I would make a custom item, but it sorry, Dule, you've all probably started making your own, so with that in mind.
Hold on, because I have this, but it's no. I can't see it anymore in the spell list.
What you mean, the potion or the? Oh, did it consume it?
No, but I searched that, but nothing comes up.
Oh, some things have been messed up. You may need to re-add it. I had to delete and re-add some things in the items inventory, so they may have gotten unlinked.
Oh, Trisky.
Did y'all still see the roll I did? I clicked it. Did y'all see that or no?
We saw the cure light wounds one.
Yeah.
But,
So I believe is it they're moderate, cure moderate. Cure moderate heals 2d8 points plus 1 per caster level. Required level would be 2, so it's 2d8 plus 2. So
wait, I thought a moderate healing potion was 3d8 plus 10.
that's D&D.
What am I?
There we go. There we
that's
go. I've added it in custom items for y'all.
Okay, so just take the cure moderate wounds effect then.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. We're good at games.
I made it, yeah, it's 2d8 plus 2. I have it set up in description. It doesn't do anything like in code and whatnot, but it does. I'll just ask you to roll that much when you use it, and then remove it from your inventory, or at least set the quantity to 0.
Okay.
But with that in mind, you are all given these, and he scurries off to assist with preparations for evacuating in the meanwhile. So the mayor ditches, basically. And you are left alone in the square with the remaining members of Moreston moving about and attempting to gather their things.
Got it.
That's going to be kind of a badass title for them to take on if this goes well and they come back in. We are the remaining members of Moreston.
The last ones.
Sounds kind of sad to me, but you do here.
Yeah,
I turn
like solemn name.
into Morasmus and go. He burnt down all of his work.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, he was mad. We did his job.
Oh. By the way, where's the kobold and the squirrel?
Who? We kind of put him somewhere and didn't think anything of it. Like,
oh, he was hurt pretty bad in the last fight. I hope he's
he was
okay.
with us in town, but he just
I see.
yeah,
Something about his family. Something.
dark side.
Yeah, basically
Shame.
something family something.
So don't forget the dark side, yeah. Shame. He's going to miss some of my fishing cuisine, that's for sure, as Rasmus seems to spit out of him and begin holding a tiny spear, as I think Trisky could allow Runt to give an intelligence check of what it may be.
Runt, intelligence, choose one.
Well, I am Runt, so there is only intelligence.
Sure.
Would you like an intelligence?
I think it would be an
an
appraise.
Appraise check to recognize what it is.
Yeah, because it's an unusual item.
Okay.
If
You
it's an
know it's a
unusual item,
spear.
It would probably be engineering. Or dungeon. It would
Uh,
probably be engineering because it is from a weapon. Let's just go lore.
I just looked at your thing. It doesn't matter whether you use engineering or appraise because they're the same for you. So go ahead and do either.
Look it. I clicked the wrong button.
That doesn't tend to help.
18.
All right. So you look at this and you say to yourself, "Wow, that looks like it'd be good for fishing. Really good for fishing."
Is that a harpoon?
Not even.
That's what I went to ask.
Isn't it I thought it was like a crab arm that was attached essentially to a stick.
No. Those are the fancy things that the Chopal warriors have that you didn't wind up getting.
Oh, I got the junior one, right?
You got one that was made out of like sharpened lobster carapace.
Oh,
It's not claw or anything. It's like part of its shell that got cut off and sharpened.
Oh, my mind was like, he has a crab on a stick.
No, I thought it was like one of the ones that were just like, oh shit, it's that one. Never mind. Just
Nope.
Well, yes, he's going to miss some of my fishing then.
Oh,
I wonder if there's a lake nearby.
we should probably find him because we need to figure out if he wants to go with us or not. He kind of been off doing his own.
It's a shame. All right. Lead the
So-
way.
Probably back in the tavern.
All right.
Return to the tavern.
Yeah, we'll turn to the tavern, see if he's there.
Turn to the tavern. Turn to the tavern.
Come back in and see nothing going on in the main area other than the bartender preparing his own things to leave, like what he actually needs on his person.
Hope the other patron cheered up.
Have you seen the lizard?
Oh, that one? He left something on your door.
Right.
You just head on upstairs and look at the note now placed on the door of your room in the tavern, and you begin to read it. It basically says, "Dear compatriots, I have decided to move along and part ways with you all. I apologize that this was not in person, but I do have a strong longing to reunite with my family." Written in Asch's very fancy and eloquent handwriting. Runt has a hard time reading it. You basically have to bring it downstairs and like get it in better lighting before you can even make it out, and then it still takes a while. But it's basically is a long letter saying, "Thank you for the time. I'm going to go meet my family again. Ta-ta, farewell. Do well for yourselves."
Did he leave his stick, the acid staff, and the orb at least? Because those were two vital items that weren't his.
Yeah. They are left. You didn't notice them at the door, but as you come back into the room that you were in, they are left on the straw mat.
Mm.
That's so weird. We keep on seeming to be passing off magical items when we appear to leave.
Well,
Isn't that the custom?
yeah.
That it is. That it is.
A good policy among friends.
Of course.
So the giant orb, the stone giant orb. Have we fully identified how to use it, or we just were told you can do it like X per times, or
Basically,
like once a day?
you intuitively know when you pick it up that you can just spend some time concentrating and then begin to speak telepathically through this.
Okay. I'll walk back over to Erasmus. Hey,
Yes.
Lizard left us. He's dead to us. I'm gonna hand him his stick back.
Erasmus is just like, my stick! Yes! I can use this for walking! Goes ahead and he tries to... He is very small. And this is like an elven-sized stick, so it's like really above him. So it's like wobbling around as he's like...
It's almost more like you're trying to pole vault with the fucking thing than use it as a walking stick.
Exactly. He's trying to hold it slightly above his head, but his hat keeps on getting in the way, so he moves the hat. He's just like...
How are you walking if you don't got legs?
Like this. And he goes ahead and seems to face plant right in front of you, and then his hat moves back onto the now top of his head, and his mustache and also his monocle moves to the new face, and then he just does it again, just kind of rolling like a cube.
So you roll.
Oh, jiggle! Ow!
Jiggle.
Ah, yes. Well, this is nice. Bartender, I have a question for you.
As long as it's quick.
What is your most flammable wares?
I sell alcohol. What do you think it is?
Well, alcohol.
Here.
Anyway. Anyways, do you happen to have any flammable brew that we may go ahead and, well, procure?
As he is scampering around, he suddenly stops for half a moment, reaches in his pocket, grabs something, and then tosses it at you, and it falls into your blob and just sort of floats there for a moment. Everyone else sees what is obviously just a simple metal key, and he just points and says, "Go ahead and use the wine cellar. Use whatever you need. Just don't use all of it, please."
Very well. Do you also have bottles?
They are in bottles.
Very well. Thank you. Erasmus begins squishing his way across the bar.
Yeah, you head on over to this door and you open up a wine cellar, and it's like a small descent down, and it's not the biggest wine cellar in existence, but it's definitely serviceable enough for a tavern of this size in this big of a community. The thing that you notice is that while it does have a decent amount of alcohol in it, the good stuff that you can actually use as proper flammable is in very limited supply. And he did ask you nicely not to use it. You could ignore that and take all of it, which would give you about 5 bottles of flammable, throwable bottle liquid. But if more likely, you would take either 4 or 3 if you wanted to honor his wishes.
Oh, I was going to ask him to purchase it, but very well then. I'll take 3. If so, and Rasmus is going to begin doing like a crafty montage of that, like from Dead Rising 2 or Dead Rising 3, as he's just
you're making something very simple, but you're using so many elaborate, unnecessary tools in the participation of it.
Like duct tape as he's rapping.
There's a drill. You get like a metal clamp.
Also get like a welder. He pulls out a welding mask.
I just want to see fucking Rasmus with the welding mask now.
The monocle is still over the welding mask, though. That's the special thing.
Yeah, the monocle floats over the welding mask.
And there's a drawn-on mustache on the welding mask.
You're basically wearing like a gentleman's raider mask.
Yes. So after just this giant montage, of course, Rasmus stands back, admiring his work, and then it cuts to the three Molotov cocktails added to your inventory. If you want me to actually roll a skill to make those, I'm willing to do that.
No, it is simple as fuck to make a Molotov cocktail. You get a length of cloth and you put it in a alcoholic beverage that is of a high enough concentration to actually work. You're good.
Well, it appears to have made some armaments. I wish to ask the rest of my compatriots, do you have things to make things become flammable? If yes, then I shall hand you one of these. If not, then I shall hold on to these for now.
I point to Chaise. You have that oil.
Oh, yes, I have that oil.
The arrows that the things were shooting at us.
Yeah, I believe you had about 8 of those arrows.
8 oil-tipped arrows?
28.
28.
And I've marked them in your inventory.
Oh, cool.
You have regular arrows on there, but you haven't actually re-added those.
Let's see, well, I
Must have gotten undone somehow.
For a fact I added them.
I have not adjusted anything, so it must have just been a glitch or something. But regardless, you have 28 of these arrows coated with a obviously flammable substance.
So new arrow?
I think Runt's working on it.
Okay.
I don't have access to edit the sheets because I'm no longer DM or GM.
I can just owner you.
Yeah, just don't worry about. Oh, okay. It might have been in notes, but then the notes are gone. Oh boy.
They're basically just straight up arrows, except when they hit an opponent, if they hit successfully and do damage, they also break open and splatter the opponent in flammable liquid. It's basically an automatic effect if it hits and damages.
There we go. Okay, there we go. Woo! Look at you go!
But yeah, you have that set up now. You have the orb, some Molotov cocktails, the rod back. It was a rod of acid splash, wasn't it?
It was a rod of acid, I believe. Or staff of acid. Or acid staff.
I can add it to my inventory. Acid
There
staff?
isn't an item in the compendium that already exists, so you would have to maybe make a custom one, unless it's elsewhere.
I'll do it.
This is a hand thing, but it basically is a staff with 3 charges, or with a staff with 3 spells.
Oh, I have a basic one that I can put in, but it doesn't have any of the extra info on it, so I'll add that to your sheet, Marasmus. You'll just have to update it.
Thank you.
I guess also real quick, roll a d. I'm assuming it has 6 charges because it has total.
At this
charges.
point, it's been reset, yeah.
Yeah.
Does it only shoot acid arrow? Is it, or does it do like this from the late corrosive touch acid arrow and acid fog?
It's the staff. I was told it was an acid staff of acid.
Staff of acid, yeah, the one that you put in the
Yeah, so
description. It has...
literally the same thing that you put in there is fine.
Got it. Just want to make sure.
During the combat that the enemy actually used it, I only had it doing acid splash and fucked up, so...
Got it. Okay. And you said it's 3 charges, right?
Probably.
It is listed on that sheet. There's 1 charge of corrosive touch, 2 charges of acid arrow, and 3 charges of acid fog.
Okay. I'm just setting everything. No worries. Perfect.
But
Perfect.
yeah, with that in mind, any chain ideas of what you want to do now, or are you just prepping?
I believe once we're good, we're gonna go and find the people.
Alrighty. You already know, at least everyone except for Marasmus, you basically would have to brief him on it, but you know that the general direction that everything has been coming from, all of these hostile crow-like figures have all been coming from the northwest of Moreston, closer to some hills out in the wilderness. So if anywhere the adventuring party went to look into anything, it would likely be in that general direction, but you don't have like coordinates and you wouldn't even be able to do shit with them because it's hard to consider doing math and coordinates and grids.
I follow by smell.
Yeah, basically.
You can smell that dwarf from miles away.
Yeah. Smells of alcohol and sweat.
Mostly alcohol.
Yep.
Primarily
I would
alcohol.
like dropping one of these from a height. It seems
Fun.
like a lot of fun. Yes.
Oh, Marasmus, you missed it. I almost caused a bushfire.
Oh, that doesn't sound
Yeah.
good.
I learned how to control lightning strikes, and the birds attacked us, and I set a lot of grass on fire.
Yeah, he
You
started
learned how
he started zapping tall grass in the middle of the field to attack the spellcasters and archers of these crow birds.
You learned how to control lightning?
Among other things.
Bravo. So all he has to say is he just stands there astounded. Well, shall we proceed then? Oh, what else shall we do?
I think we should continue on.
Very
Yeah.
well. Onward!
Onward. We're going
Onward
on
and
a trip.
upward. All right. So, I don't have a map for the interim, so we are going to move everyone over to the world map here.
Woo!
Ah!
I've been here before.
So, for the record, you are currently here, where this is.
Wow, Runt, you're rather fast.
That's his book, boy.
Running
You-
multiple
So you are heading about like
Bless you.
18 odd kilometers or something out to get to your destination. If your assuming your destination would be roughly where the enemy is, but in the meanwhile you're also searching for the other adventuring party, and in this respect, survival is the skill that covers like tracking and whatnot. You know that they headed out to look around for this stuff some days ago, so if there's any trail left, it is very cold at this point. But you can still attempt to do a survival check for me if you would like, to see if you can come across any traces of what's going on.
Survivle?
Survivle.
Survivle.
Survivle!
Woo!
Vivle!
Oui.
Monsieur Vivle!
Wow. Oh.
Man, I rolled horribly.
I got 10.
Apologies to all of you, but none of you are able to come across any notable signs of the adventuring party you know, nor the dwarf you really well know at this point. You continue to travel along off in this direction. After about, let's say, about like half an hour or so of searching about, you do start to hear very distant, like, bird-like noises, but they aren't approaching you at all. They are coming from the general, like, northwest direction, you know, is their home.
Now, if I was a very consistent dwarf, I'd suggest we go towards the weird sounds.
That does sound right. Yes, that sounds good.
I think my usual method of scouting head through the air might not be a great idea here. I'll be spotted pretty quick. Maybe if I stay a few feet off the ground or like just above your heads, I could try to move ahead through cover, but there's not really much of that around.
Perhaps I may have an idea. Here, let me assist you. Morasmus goes ahead and walks over and just kind of places a hand on Zephyr's feather as, let me cast a spell. Insufficient charges left. Okay, that's fun.
Would have to readjust that. It is a charge-based thing, but I don't know exactly how to do that in the moment.
It's fine. I'm going to cast invisibility on them.
So you're casting invisibility on Zephyr?
Yes.
All right. Completely unrelated, but I feel that I have to mention it and I'm obligated. For some reason, the BC area that I have has boars with the class Animal Aquatic.
Oh. Well, that worked.
I don't know, do boars swim well?
I don't fucking know.
I'm gonna look into that now. I'm gonna probably wind up falling down the aquatic boar.
You're gonna go into the Wikipedia sort of web.
The wiki rabbit hole of boars. Yeah, I will cast invisibility on Zephyr. Just like, all right. I hope this helps. It appears that you have about 6 minutes before this wears off.
Maybe we should have put together a plan. I could try to loop around real quick.
Yes.
See what's going on. Where those noises are. All right. See you, everyone.
5 minutes, 5 minutes, 50 seconds.
Yeah, and you fly off ahead to check out what's going on with a bird's eye view whilst invisible. You're basically a stealth jet right now. As you move over to this area, you notice that the general elevation of the world below you is slowly rising. You are now in the much hillier and less even zones that these bird-like people seem to live in. As you get closer, I would like you to roll me a perception check real quick.
Okay, dope.
Right?
Nice.
Yeah, you have a pretty good perception check there from the air. As you approach, you look about down below you and see a small cleared area of trees. This area is littered with bones. And it is a rather unsettling sight as you see mixes of animal bones, like both prey and predator of the natural area, and obviously human bones lying about. You do not directly spot any of the adventuring party, but none of the corpses that you can see from your point of view seem to match them. Especially no dwarves or anything of the sort.
If she gets a little closer, how do some of these look fresher than the others? You know, any like remaining like grime or bits of flesh and things?
As you progress slightly further, very much aware that you're on a limited time remaining, you wind up noticing that some of the corpses are actively being pecked clean by more of those crows. And you see a couple of them in strange tribal adornments cutting up what appears to be a boar. Because that's the reason I was looking at boar and saw that they were aquatic.
I noticed to my astonishment that this boar seems to have gills.
Yes, the guild boar. No, it is not native to this region, sadly. You did run into a couple of them down in the Cereshalina, Marasmus. They were a very interesting sight.
Delicious.
Delicious aquatic boar. But yes, you look over this entire area and spot what appears to be very many of these crow-like beings and strange masks made of wood, carved wood, looking about. And just before you reach the point where you think, I have to turn around now, or else I won't get back in time before it wears off, you see a monstrous figure off ahead, perched on the top of one of these hills, standing atop a towering pile of bones, actively eating a large bone, biting off with massive teeth, massive beak. It is not a crow, but you have never seen anything of the sort before.
So,
and with that, you decide to turn around, because if you don't at this point, you're definitely going to be discovered.
Okay. On her way out, though, you said so it's kind of like breaks into a clearing, so there's potentially cover around where we could try to like flank or figure out our approach if we go in sneaky.
Yeah, so the basic area is like a carved out path from natural animals and whatnot moving through the area. And the trees, it's still pretty notably populated by trees because it's a forested area now. But there are notably more parts in it that you can see up from above. It's not like you're just looking down and seeing leaves everywhere. You can actually see the ground below you here. It's a path, and it leads up like these other jagged natural paths up the hill towards that giant figure. And the spot where the beast seems to be laying is just below a rapid incline in the hill that goes up almost more mountain-like, but not quite reaching that height. So it is sitting on like a lower platform of this large hill.
All right, that could be a tough approach. All right, I'm still getting the heck out at this point.
Yep. So you return to the party, and as you come back into view of the party, your invisibility wears off. And I would assume you report your findings to the rest of the party so we don't have to repeat it all.
Nope. Yeah, she does.
No, yeah. So yes, you've seen this whole entire thing. There is no sign of the adventuring party itself, but you have seen what appears to be the lair of these things.
So I don't know if we're on time, but we're gonna try to end this or work something out. Well, we're heading the right direction.
We should very much avenge them if they have fallen victim to these things.
They have set me on fire!
I am on fire!
If you think it won't hurt you more than it hurts them, that could be an effective tactic. Maybe it would even scatter them in fear as you just ran at them burning.
Nah, I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Something, the fire that burns within me is brighter than the fire that something Fallout reference.
What's a Fallout?
It's
I don't know. Sounds like a funny indie band.
Who the hell said that?
You don't need to know about that. Go back to your own musings.
well,
Trees, they speak pop culture.
Morasmus is in the trees, Gangnam style.
Now you're speaking my language. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
All right, the fire inside burned brighter than the fire around me.
Wait, so are we talking about sneaking up on this bird?
If that might be the most effective way to attack. I don't know if we couldn't negotiate with the smaller one so far. I don't really I don't think we should give that the benefit of seeing us before it's at least hurt a little bit.
Am I able to see anything from the direction we were told?
You cannot. Zephyr flies really fast and covered quite a bit of distance, even in that 6 minutes. It is too far away for you to see anything really, and there is still tree coverage in between here and there, so anything you could see would otherwise still be obscured.
Right. Now, hear me out.
Yes?
If we get a little bit of time, that won't work too well. I could probably think about some things I could do. And probably make things a bit easier for us.
I'm hungry for chicken.
Zephyr just looks at you awkwardly.
You'll not chicken, don't worry. Other chicken. I want to eat.
I want Chick-fil-A.
I want Chick-fil-A. He is Colonel Sanders.
Let's just find a place to set up for the night just in case. I need some time to think about how we can properly figure this out.
Very well.
I still worry we might be running on time. Our friends in the other party don't have, but I don't really see how we could run in either.
Right.
I do have a couple ideas, but nothing that really strings together yet. Such as if we were to try to sneak closer, you might be able to transform to some sort of scavenging animal, that one might they might not be so suspicious to see around all the bones. However, they might also see you as food.
My train of thought was if I could get a good look at the creature, I might be turned into that, or some variation of that. Now there are a couple things I could do to help us. I heard that there's some things my kin used to do when it was real windy like. They'd change direction of the winds or they'd hamper with things that could fly. So it'd be a hamper to you as well. So, but also there's a thing that they used to do where when one of the frogs was getting real feisty, they'd turn it back into a tadpole for a little bit.
You think you could turn this back into a chick?
Maybe.
Well, that'd be helpful. Do we feel confident about sneaking on up? I certainly have.
I need a day to think about this.
I also, I just want to make it clear I don't feel good about this, but we also all agreed that that Darun,
they're parasites. Those creatures are feeding off the land.
Oh no, not about these creatures, but about the villagers. You see, if they do plan to continue to raid or try to pick them off, that would leave less for us to fight here if we wait till they launch. You did say Darun could probably fend them off well.
You probably not even hassle with it.
This might, I don't know their patterns. This might happen whether we want to or not over the course of this night.
Yeah, I'm just saying I need a couple hours to think on it. But as we're doing this, I'm going to try to use stone and see if the stone giant has any information on this creature. So I'll sit there.
You sit and concentrate.
I'll sit there, concentrate, but just casually talk. Now, what I'm thinking is, Big Buddy might have maybe some kind of information as to what that thing might be, and I'm gonna try talking to him and see if he can help us out by information-wise, and try to concentrate on the stone and open the communication.
Are you in need of help, little friend?
Kinda, sorta, maybe. Depends on what we can. So, are you familiar with these black feathered creatures that going about doing raids and stuff?
They do not exist in the mountain ranges where I hail from. However, I have heard of them mildly. I honestly doubt I would know any more than you. Are you encountering them?
Yeah, one of the local villages we stopped at says they'd having troubles. You remember that bird friend we had? They're looking for their kin. We thought these might be them, but they weren't them.
A pity. I wish your friend the best of luck. But in the meanwhile, would you like me to come to your aid?
You can do that?
It depends, but from what I feel of this signal, I would be able to arrive within 2 days.
Yeah, it might be a little bit too long. We got some more friend folk that missing, and we think they might be either dead or captured, and we need to go not make them dead.
Very well. I will still come to your aid, should you need backup. But
You
I will
know-
arrive late.
Have you heard anything about these things that they worship, something like that? Talk about a big bird.
Big Bird.
Yeah.
I know of a few different types, but the one I
That is-
assume would be the rock. It is a massive predatory bird that seeks food incessantly. They
So it's a
do
bad thing.
live in the mountains. They are not so much bad as they are ruled by their nature.
Right, but
For you, definitely a bad thing.
for where we're at right now, we're just north. We're not.
I can
near
sense where
mountains.
you are.
Is it odd for it to be around here?
It is unusual, but not unheard of. If the sources of food in its home region come to be lacking from overhunting, they tend to migrate. They
Is there a
are
way to
indiscriminate
force them?
about where they go.
Is there a way to force them to migrate without, making them not alive?
The main way you may do that would be to depopulate the area of food. Alternatively, you could entice them with better food, but that holds its own danger, as they will follow whatever you send incessantly. If you use yourselves as live bait, you cannot expect to escape the creature.
Well, see, we had the town leave. They're going back down south. But
That is not like to dissuade the creature, as
Right.
wildlife in that area will still live. They are indiscriminate about what they eat. If it is flesh and bone, they will eat.
see, I was thinking maybe we could probably trick them and tell them bigger hunting grounds up north.
They are capable of speech and understanding.
See,
But
the thing is,
they
we
are-
tried. Well,
I speak of the giant bird. I do not know of your dealings with the others.
oh, yeah, the others, they stupid. They ain't talk shit.
The rock is a giant creature, and if it is what I believe it to be by your vague description, they are capable of speech and understanding, but they are also extremely stubborn and prone to following their instincts over logic.
Hold on. Hey, Zephyr,
Yes?
I'm gonna put you on speaker real quick. Can you describe what this bird looked like?
Speaker, but I will speak. Yes, it is. It was large and sat atop a giant pile of bones. It was avian in general shape, but a lot more excuse my word, a lot more monster like, as they would say. It's a lot. There was definitely something very unnatural about it. But perhaps I was overwhelmed in a moment. Oh,
Pictured
Whoa.
is what it looks like.
had a very long neck, not many feathers along the width of it. White around the head, on beak, massive claws, and almost like some of the collars we'd seen the leading Longshanks, some of them wear, but of feathers around its neck, which are white and brown along the wings.
That makes sense. those are not the type to stick to the Arctic regions. So it makes sense that it would be down so far south. As for advice that I can give you, there is very limited from where I am. I would be able to take on one of these creatures with some aid, but I cannot give you much advice that would do you well. I am sorry to say.
Can Zephyr hear his voice or just Runt?
I'm
Yeah,
translating because he's speaking Terran.
Oh yeah, he is speaking Terran speech. That is a good point. So Runt does have to act as a mediator to explain.
Zephyr would suggest if we could wait for you, maybe we could focus on trying to move around without being seen and either confirm the deaths of the other party or rescue them without being forced into a battle with this creature.
That would be my recommended course of action. I am already on my way.
It's going to be at least 2 days. So, but maybe we could try to take out some of its entourage.
As you say this, what you hear off in the distance that was normally just generic sounds on and off, no seeming like rhyme or reason to them, turns into a cacophonous chant of a sort.
Ooh.
And it is much easier to hear now as they all cry in unison.
Uh-oh.
You see the first signs of figures beginning to move in the air. They hover there and grow in numbers.
We might need to put you on hold.
I will be available. If you get my inbox, I am probably sleeping.
What's
Click.
that?
Just
Right, so
click.
he'll be here in 2 days, at least. So we got help on the way.
Huh. Well, this battle will surely be legendary. I hope we'll live to see it. What should we do about these ones? I suspect they either they intend to attack the caravan or go hunting for something else.
Well, we need to make ourselves scarce real quick then.
Yes.
Using my survival skill, could I attempt to find a, like, overgrowth or something we could hide under?
You would be able to find something with relative ease. You are in the more mountainous regions. What you do find is like a small indented cave.
Perfect.
It is not very deep, but it is deep enough that you are pretty positive if you put some effort in, you can mask your presence quite easily.
I want to keep an eye out cave to see if that giant bird ever decides to leave about. Because I would like to see that creature.
All right, so you are in this cave, holding up, trying not to be seen, actively masking yourselves as best you can, scent and otherwise.
I can easily cover scent and everything because...
Oh yeah, you're used to this stuff.
I can move about without being detected. To be honest.
Yep. Yeah, you're pretty good at this. This isn't your native territory, but it is still very much nature, and you are the domain of nature. So,
Reckless
But-
step.
as Runt likely is eager to move and inspect said creature, the rest of you are hiding out, and you see a veritable cloud of black fly overhead as you try to count and give up.
One. Man.
Mostly because you are
Uh.
incapable of counting.
Runt, why are you counting?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No,
Yes.
you're just saying words. You're just saying words at this point.
Too many.
The cloud flies overhead of you and heads in the direction of the town.
Oh, it's a good thing we evacuated.
Yeah, around the point where you left to do this, the town was gearing up to go almost immediately. So you are pretty confident that they are already en route away from here.
Has Big Bird left?
You do not see the big bird. It is only the crow people.
How long has it been?
It has been, by the time you're in here, it has been about like 4 hours actually, as you're doing your conversations, planning everything and whatnot, and during Zephyr's like flyby and recurring like recounting of what was seen, along with a discussion with your rock ogre friend, Orthelger.
Right. Well, I do believe they're going to go try to raid the town again.
Eventually, the dark cloud is out of vision, and the cacophonous cries of the crow people fade off into the distance, back in the direction you came from. Now would be an ideal time for Run to go check.
Yeah, real quick though. Oh yeah, no, Runt would. Hey, Erasmus, can you do that thing again?
Huh? Oh, the sneaky thing.
Yeah.
Yes, as I can.
Erasmus, the jungle fighter, returns.
Yes. Yeah, would you like me to accompany you? I have a few other tricks up my sleeve.
I was gonna do one of my tricks.
Oh, all right. Very well then.
Yeah. So, I will just quickly, as you're preparing to cast the spell on him, he's gonna turn into one of the birds from the jungle, using wild shape.
Invisible bird.
All right. So Runt takes the form of a local bird in this area, and that bird immediately becomes invisible as the spell finishes casting.
Yep.
And Runt, with your new enhanced flight speed, you fly in to where the crowd of crows came from. The murder of crows.
Yep. All right.
As you come into that area, just a
I wanna
second.
list a couple of things I'm keeping an eye out for as I'm flying towards it. I'm flying towards it to see if there's any more outcrops people might have gone in to hide. I'm looking for paths, and more importantly, I'm looking for this giant bird.
After a while, you find yourself eventually coming into view here. Everyone else is not going to have vision, so you're going to have to recount this for them.
Okay.
But damn this map and vision.
What do you think of Runt's new drip, by the way? sponge.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Runt's new drip?
Runt's new drip. I haven't seen it yet. Or I can't see it currently, at least.
I do not like this vision, Sam. I am.
Ah!
Ooh, I just see 2 dots.
I see 3.
Oh, there we go.
There's the revealed fog. All right.
Oh. What you think?
I can't see Ron.
Yeah, I only have Runt in here.
Yeah,
I'm not giving you
oh.
the. I'm not
Yeah.
changing your token for this, but you know what's going on.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm Burb.
Yep. So you can fly through this area pretty easily, and as you come through along the sides of the cliff and everything, you do not seem to notice any particular hidey holes. At best, you can gather that if anything were waiting, they could wait and hide amongst the trees up on the hills above, assuming that it's a land target, but you do not seem to inspire any attention. And as you fly about, you hear a sloppy, crunching noise. And spot the creature on its pile of bones, consuming what appears to be a whole boar.
I want to do a knowledge nature check to see if it actually is a rock.
Go ahead for me. Yep, it should be in... give me a second to put it in the right folder. It should be in the base folder of characters and whatnot. You should be able to see it now. It is, in fact, a rock.
Oh. Okay then. That being said, I have my information.
So hold up just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
As for how invisibility works, I need to do something.
I get a little stealth because while invisible, it's a +20 while moving and while
Please.
stationary.
Please do roll your stealth, just in case. There's a very mild chance that this might not go in your favor.
And I'm going to double check something else real quick as well because my class features. So if I'm leaving any sort of trail, I leave none because of trackless step. Oh, right. I need to make a... So, due to invisibility, add 20 to this roll.
To the RA plus 17.
Yes. Or to the actual number, add a 20 to that.
So it would be
So-
54?
Yeah.
Okay. Only a nat 20 will do it at all. And it is very... Yeah, it rolled very
close.
poorly. Oh no, that was a dirty 20.
Yeah,
You
it
see
was
the
a
plus
dirty
15?
20. That's why I said it was very close.
Yeah. It looks about in its usual sort of demeanor and notices nothing and continues to gobble on the corpse of this previously living boar.
Alright, yeah.
And you fly off.
Yeah, I'm going to do some more fly arounds in the area. Approximately how much longer would I? I can't count. No. I just do a quick fly around to see if there's any hidden crevices.
You have about like a minute or two left because when you started it, you were a good bit closer this time. And as you fly around, roll a perception for me.
I will need to use a bird stat sheet.
Yes, use your bird perception for me.
Actually, is perception considered a mental skill?
It is partially mental, but it is also based on your, vision, auditory receptors, and whatnot. So I will rule no.
Okay, let me look up avians real quick. What are we saying this is? What type of avian?
You are simply like a pigeon or something at the moment, I would assume.
So we're using a raven for that then.
Yeah, just use a raven. That's well enough. Ravens have better perception than pigeons, but it is still very fitting for what you would have. All right.
Not bad.
As you are flying about, you decide that in your best interest, and considering what you know from Zephyr's fly-through, you actually go further beyond the rock's nest, past there, and check around to see if there's anything over there. And at that point, you do notice something that catches your eye. A small glint of some form of metal lying in the middle of a trail that leads away from the rock's lair. Do you decide to just like fly down and look at it, or do you just fly back?
Don't deviate. I'm going back.
All right. So you fly back. You saw this glint of metal lying randomly in the middle of a path leading away from the rock, and you return as the rest of the party is now comfortably able to step out of the cave. The entire crowd of crow creatures has long since passed and is definitely out of vision range.
As soon as I come back, while in my bird form, I'll cast Beast Speech. So I think I can safely say I saw something shiny on a path just past the monster's den.
Huh. Like maybe of metal or
something metal. I couldn't tell if it was anyone's, but it was shiny.
Well, we have 2 days. That might be worth checking out if you want to save who we can.
It definitely might be a good idea to check at some point, but we need to be very careful. It was close.
Well, they must. By the amount of bones there, they hunt pretty frequently. Maybe more frequently than they really should. But if we can, if we could try to go the next time they head out, and unless we're all ready to try this now, but we could get ourselves trapped.
Not now. Nope. Bad idea. Nope.
Yes. That's not just throwing things out.
I say the best idea might be to wait. I mean,
suppose they'll come back this way when it's time for them to return.
Would I have seen a better hiding cave to go? We could have gone to. Could go to.
A cave in particular, you did not see with how far you went past, but there have been, obviously, like you had a cave before, so there very well could be more beyond.
This spot has been deemed okay to hide in, because we were here, they passed us twice now.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, we should be good here. We could it's best to wait. Lay out a plan. I could try to think of a way to contact the others. Maybe.
Yeah, sounds like our best choice right now.
Need to think on it. Hence me looking through my spells list to see if there's any sort of way
See if
to
you have anything that you can actually use, yeah.
Yeah.
Trisky, did we happen to pass a watering hole or a pond or river by here?
There is some minor rivers in the area, or creeks rather. Any major river? Not really.
I think I know what Morasmus is going to do.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, you can find a creek. The one thing you will know is that you're used to fishing quite a bit at this point. The fish population in this seems to be drastically smaller than it should be, and you can probably assume why.
Those damn birds are taking up all the fish.
It's negatively affecting the trout population.
They need to pay.
Actually, this works out pretty well. If so this is for the first day of us waiting. Runt is going to look for a tiny bird or a creature that specifies tiny, but probably a bird. And he's going to cast Animal Messenger and tell it to go to the area he saw the shield at a time where it's safe. And if they see any dwarf, and Runt will explain what a dwarf is, so that way they don't just talk to the Tengus, Runt will have the bird tell them where we are.
Alright, so where were you sending this in general again?
To this exact spot where I saw the shiny crossroads, and maybe around that area, try to just anything hiding around.
Yep. Alright, so you send this bird off and do it. Would you roll a perception check for me for said bird without your skills?
This would be the same roll?
Yeah, so do the same roll again. The first day, it is not successful.
Well, I can cast this on multiple birds. Because
do you
it
do
is
as
a
such?
second- if we're waiting for the giant, I'm going to spend the day preparing spell could help communicate or prepare. So this will be what Runt's doing for the day.
Alright, the second one doesn't have any better luck.
A third one. That
one
would.
does come up to something. So after spending this time,
eaten.
you manage to find 3 birds that you can convince to do the job for you. The first 2 are in pretty poor shape, and don't seem to find anything of use. At most, they report back that the shiny metal thing is one of the Longshank weapons. The last one, the third one, after you get impatient from the first 2 and how long it's taking, you send out. And this one does not come back.
Okay. I'll hold off doing my next action and let others do what they're going to do.
Right. Chaise, Morasmus, and Zephyr, is there anything that you lot are up to?
If we're going to be staying here for 2 days, Morasmus is going to do what Morasmus does best, and he's going to go fishing.
Him going fish!
I physically require a picture of Morasmus with that fucking exaggeratedly long fish fear me hat. I need it.
On it,
Fish
chief.
fear me, leeches adore me.
Yes.
I'm going to send you an image of exactly the one that I'm talking about that my mom literally has.
I know which one you're talking about. Fish
Women
fear
love
me,
me,
woman
fish
love
fear-
me. Yes.
Mermaids are confused about me.
Women fear me, fish fear me, men turn away their eyes away from me as I walk. No beast dare make us a sound. In my presence, I am alone on this barren earth.
Women fear me, fish fear me. Jeez.
Oh wait, yeah, but I just realized that's a short version of it. The actual version that I have is a different one. Yeah, it's the tall one.
Is it real? Is that a real
Yeah,
hat?
that is a real hat that my mom owns.
She owns it. It's that
My
large?
my brother got a gift for her, and yes, it is that large.
That's great.
It unironically exists. I feel like I need to show this on the stream now, so I'm going to add it as an asset on the world map to show everyone what the fuck I am talking about. At least those of you who aren't just, listening at like a podcast.
Wow. Yo, Moreston can spin. I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't see Ren doing a little dance while we were in town?
No.
I was representing the icon doing a little dance.
Yeah. But yeah, so you spend your time fishing. Zephyr, do you get up to anything?
Zephyr likes the idea of more fish, but I figure Marasmus probably has this whole thing handled. So
I don't know, man. I don't know. That creek is looking a little dry. I'm just saying. Any
she can help out.
We do need rations.
Yeah, she could. Yeah, she can help out whether it's fish or gathering something else, or
Yeah, just give Marasmus some assistance.
yeah.
I want to mention the berries since Marasmus is back.
Marasmus still have berries. Marasmus just needs fish.
All it takes is one berry to feed a family.
Oh, you have a good berry. Okay. I see how it is.
No, that's why I said I'm not going to mention.
You're cheating in the survival
It's too
section,
late.
you cheater.
Hey, listen,
It is
the
too
way
late.
around that is to make the material component consumed upon use. That's how you get around a good berry.
Hey, listen, all right. You don't have the fishing spear of fishing, okay?
Damn.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fish.
It gives him a +4 or 5 to fishing whenever he uses it for the purposes of fishing.
It's so based.
Yes.
Like,
And it was
hey,
also
when
his parting gift from the Sureshaline.
Yes.
And Chaise, are you up to anything?
Thinking of basically doing some little bit of scouting and some foraging of my own, or other than
So what are you going to work on? Are you going to try and make something?
maybe a little yeah, you know what, I'm gonna try and build a nice little shelter if we're staying for a bit.
You're building like a proper awning or something for this cave?
It's
Yeah.
a lean tube.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Appropriately, Runt is doing his preparations, and that's taking up most of his time. Marasmus and Zephyr are both fishing, but considering Marasmus is the expert one, I am simply going to have Zephyr count as a bonus assistance to you, so add an additional +2 to whatever you roll for survival for that. And for Chaise, I do believe the skill would be... I just have to double check real quick. What would be the most appropriate skill for engineering? Actually, yeah.
And
Survival in this case would work.
is also knowledge engineering.
There's knowledge
Oh,
engineering, but that
I
wouldn't
do
do
want
the
to
task.
specify, as soon as Runt figures out that his spell is no longer active, is when he would go to Morasmus.
Alright, so I roll for survival.
Yes, we'll just do that for now.
Survival skill check. Normal.
Damn.
You build a very presentable lean-to, and then another, and then another. You are really
Oh, wait!
bored.
There's more!
Yes,
Another
you
one.
you build a lean-to for everyone in the party. They are all very presentable, very well made, and very sturdy. And after that, it is finally about time for bed, and you are now bored.
Well,
Before
I-
that, though, we're going to
yeah,
skip over
Runt.
to Rasmus and Runt and
Alright.
Zephyr.
Poke, poke, poke. Hey, I need you to do that thing again.
What did...
Oh, sure thing. Turns into door.
Wait,
You hear from behind you as a lean-to suddenly has a door.
appreciate the thought. I need you to make me not appear again. The bird messenger is no longer alive. Gonna go see what happens.
You only have about 6 minutes.
As soon as you do that, I'm getting.
Alright then. As long as we're getting some sleep tonight.
They,
Yeah.
I don't blame you, but they might be waiting for you if they're responsible, and they now probably are looking for a bird.
Well, that's why I'm having him turn me invisible.
That's so
Well-
cute.
Okay, well, yes, but well, I don't know. Some of them had magic. I'm not too well versed in it.
Well,
Be
I'm
careful.
also looking to cast. That's useless for me. Okay, yeah, no, Wrench is gonna full speed double time it straight to the spot he saw the shiny.
Yep, so you head on out to the spot you saw shiny, and you notice that the shiny is no longer there. As you proceed yet further, you spot what appears to be some recently left footprints.
Nice.
I had to share it.
Nice. Roughly how much longer since I didn't do any of the other parts?
You went straight towards. You still have a good about 5 minutes left.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the tracks a little bit since I've seen them.
You follow the tracks, and you eventually find, beyond the rock in what you would consider dangerous territory, a larger river up ahead, or still basically a creek, but larger than the one that Marasmus is currently fishing in. You come across it, and you hear the sounds of the water moving and everything, and the tracks lead up to the stream and then stop as they hit the water. Presumably, whatever came up here went into the water. So, do you follow upstream?
Rough estimate of how long I have left at this point.
You find this pretty quickly. You're still about like 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, but as soon as I get to that point of I won't be able to make it back, I'll turn around.
All right. So, you proceed further and further along, very quickly as you fly about, and you come across finally what appears to be the end of this creek. And as you fly over, you spot an opening at the very end tip of it. Give me a second. I can also just remove the vision thing.
I see.
There we go.
I see.
There is a small indented cave at the very end of the stream, and you do notice at the very end of the water, just at the edge of the cave, are a couple of footprints stepping out of the water and sinking deep into the mud. As you get closer, they are very wide footprints.
Wide as in dwarf stature or wide as in giant?
Yes, actually.
Looking about, do I see signs of life?
Nearby bushes along the rim of this area appear to have been stripped of berries and other basic foods and whatnot. So there is at least something that has been scavenging around here.
Any tracks leading away from here further away, or is it just like
Any traps that would be leading away up the cliffs are very shallow, if not completely faded. But there is signs of disturbance in the mud. Like this is not all natural. Something has been moving around here.
The languages just went now. Shit. I know where our spot is. Is there a way I can circle around without traveling in the direct path of Mr. Bird?
You can just go very wide.
Yeah,
It would take a good deal longer, but
I can be in my wild shape for 3 hours, so I can take the time if I need to.
yeah, you can take your time. The invisibility does wear off if you do so, but you have more than enough room to go really wide and be very careful and get back to the party.
Right, that's what I'm looking for.
The reason you've been needing the invisibility is because the path up to the trail has been basically within sight of the rock.
Oh, I can be in this form for 6 hours. So I will perch in this tree.
And
assuming
wait?
the others will trust me. Because I did mention prior I saw something, and then I urgently went to Moreston. So I will be in that tree waiting.
We don't have any idea where the fuck you are.
No, but I have ways to get out.
But they don't know that. That's how it works.
But this is Runt is assuming they would.
Rasmus just want to go fishing.
Yeah.
I want to fish.
Yeah, you can fish.
Yep.
Runt is off on a fucking stealth mission. He's in the jungle, babe.
You lie at the tree on the edge of this creek cave entrance and wait. And about 2 hours passes before you're about to give up. Then you hear a sudden flapping noise. Very, very quiet. As that bird you sent out ages ago that never came back flies out of the cave.
Flies out of the cave.
It's completely fine. It looks quite healthy. Flies off and just goes about preferably the opposite direction of where the rock is. It passes you, and since it's no longer under your magical influence, it doesn't seem to care or notice you. Nothing else seems to come out of the cave.
Runt to fly in the cave.
Oh yeah. Let's take a brief moment and see how well Marasmus does in his fishing.
Fish, 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 fish.
I've been waiting a moment. 18!
Let's
Aye.
go.
Did that include the +2 from Zephyr helping out?
Yeah. Rasmus.
You gather
Does it?
Winged
enough
thumbs up.
food.
Oh, it does. Nice.
You gather enough food to assist your party in feeding themselves for the rest of the day without good berries.
I take that magical berry. Gonna start a spit roast.
Oh no, Ren wouldn't have mentioned the berries at all to you
Good.
because
Good.
that's how he's been living the past couple weeks because he doesn't care for meals.
Mm.
But if you're
Meals
willing to
on
do all
wheels.
that, technically you're not wrong. We were on carts.
I'm willing to fish. I'm hungry. Yeah, Marasmus is going to begin spit roasting some fish for his compatriots. As
Despite
if you
there being less of these fish, they aren't in like worse conditions because the stuff that the fish eats is not what the rock eats. They are feeding well enough.
Good. Good. They have nutrition.
Yes. As we shift the camera back to Runt,
In the key.
you fly into the cave, right?
Yes.
You fly into this cave, and it is notably dark. You eventually either have to use one of your spells to create some form of illumination.
Goblin
Or-
has nature spell cast light on tail feathers.
All right, yeah, so you just do that, and you have a little bit of light. You are able to see the surroundings well enough and far enough ahead that it doesn't impede your flight. And you continue down this cave for about like 2 minutes or so until it seems to bottom out. And there is nobody here, but you do hear something. Behind the wall of the cave. Little tap, 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 tap. Crash. Muffled, angry voices.
Upholding a dwarf sounds.
Muffled enough that you can't tell the species per se, but it does sound familiar.
I will cast beast speech on myself again. Fly over to the sounds I heard. Cautiously.
The wall is solid, as far as you can tell. The noises are coming from the opposite side of the stone.
Hello?
What?
Darun?
Zerun.
Sarun?
Is that one of the bad things coming?
No, it's
Oh, I
not.
don't like the sound of it. What? That's not Runt's voice.
No, it's me. We drink together at the bar.
Ah, goodness, it is the lad. Why is your voice so squeaky? And all of this is very muffled. Like, you can tell it's like just on the opposite side of the wall.
Where are you?
Oh, pardon me. Oi! Bonner! You hear a spring. You hear a springing noise, and then a grunt. Not that lever. The other one. All of a sudden, the wall in front of you begins to shake, almost like an earthquake, isolated, and rise from the ground. And behind it, you see what seems to be a very interesting little den. It is a fully furnished room, about the size of a small apartment. And inside are 4 very familiar figures.
And they see a bird with a glowing tail.
This bird with a glowing tail flies in to see a poker game with notably 1 stack of cards thrown to the side and scattered everywhere.
They all seem okay.
Aye, we had to take cover though. Luckily for us, our friends are very well prepared.
Well,
He's bullshitting you through his teeth. We randomly found this place and decided to camp out for a little while. We occasionally send out parties to go scavenge what we can, but we are not confident to get back with, the birds.
well, I got good news and possibly better news and some probably bad news. The
I
good
could use
news,
a bit of good news.
the good news is Moreston has evacuated down south.
That is
the better
good to hear.
news- Well, let's go with the bad news. We gotta deal with that bird.
I was afraid of that. What's
it's a
the
rock.
better news?
The better news is I got a giant friend coming to help.
They sort of just stare at you.
Yeah. He'll be here tomorrow.
They look at each other and sort of just,
We thought y'all were dead.
we had no way of sending a message back. We couldn't get back to town.
Oh,
We just barely managed to avoid one of their raiding parties while we were out here investigating. As you might be able to see, we didn't leave unscathed, as he points to the elven monk who turns to look at you and now has as he lifts up his robes, you see a large gash along his upper left forearm that looks like it went much deeper than anyone would like.
I will fly over there, inspect it. Oh, it looks like a bitch. I'll peck it, and as I do, I'll cast Cure Light Wounds.
Alright, also roll me a reflex save.
No, I'll get hit. It's funny.
So you fly over to the wound and begin to peck it, and in sort of a, what the fuck, dude? Why are you touching my big ass wound, you fucking asshole?
There isn't enough to do it, so just do this. D8 plus 5. Healing him for 6.
The wound begins to seal, but you do notice that it seems to have some effect to it that is causing it not to fully heal. He does also swat you aside with his fist and launch you into the wall.
Roll some damage. We'll see how much HP this
Yeah,
bird has left.
roll 1d3. He's just trying to get you away from his wound. He's not trying to actually punch you. If he did, he would be doing full monk damage.
I am back to being Runt. Well, I can do that one more time at least. Shoot. Anyway.
That was... Okay, at least warn me next time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think things through sometimes. Anyway, yeah.
No, you don't! And that's what I like about you, lad.
Anyway, yeah, so tomorrow we're going to be dealing with this guy. Actually, does this lake connect into the lake Rasmus was using to fish?
No, they are separate streams. The source may very well be the same, but it is much further away. It wouldn't be worth your time going that far, just to be blunt.
Right, so I think we need to figure out what time exactly to prepare this, because, well, y'all's got to help if you're able. I look over to the monk. I could probably do
We're
more
all good
tomorrow.
enough. We're all good enough to fight. We're just not eager to engage an army on our lonesome.
We're gonna try to wait for the armor to go. Do y'all know how often the army goes to go get food?
Every day?
How many times a day?
They just look at each other.
Y'all,
They go in the morning, and they come back as the sun goes down.
right. So here's what I'm thinking. We go at the peak of the day. Sun's highest in the sky. That'd be the time to go.
Hey,
I'm hoping our giant buddy will be here by then. Actually, you know what? Give me a sec. I'll sit down. Start
pull out the
concentrating.
orb and try and talk to him. He's just like, you have reached the inbox of...
Shit! How does this thing work like that?
Oh, you got left on red, didn't you?
What? No, hold on. It says message.
Just leave a message in his inbox. It'll get back to you. Says Zerun as if this is usual for him.
I don't know how this works, but if you can hear me, we're planning on attacking tomorrow at the peak of the day. The sun is in the highest point. We're going to have some long shanks and some others with us to help us. Don't hurt them. Okay. What now? That's when the spell ends?
Yeah, you just stop concentrating at that point because you're done with your message and you hear like a beep tone and then it disconnects.
Right. So,
Well, in the meantime, would you like to have some, He just picks up a cup and looks at it. Swill?
Nah, I gotta get back to the others. Kind of going, and it's been about 2 hours. So I will pull out berries for them to have because I did have some. It's one of the stuff.
These are some of the... I've heard of these.
Yeah, it's make you feel a little bit better, but at least you won't need to go out today.
You notice the one gentleman coming up behind you for a moment, and then you turn around and he suddenly pretends like he wasn't sneaking up on you. It's the paladin from earlier.
Can I help you?
Oh, are you talking to me?
Sense motive.
You don't even need to. As after just a moment, you can hear his stomach growling very voraciously.
I'll hand him two.
He shoves them both in his mouth immediately and then just blows up.
Wait, yeah, I was going to say, don't eat more than one of these because they give you the splits.
He does toss one in and he just like looks at the other one and thinks about it for a moment and then the effect kicks in and he puts it in his pocket.
Damn it. I wanted him to shit his armor.
He looks at you and he's just like, thank you.
Right. So, you look like you can actually help that guy over there a bit more than I could. Anyway, I'm gonna go.
We have been patching him up as best we can, but there seems to be something about the wound that was inflicted that will not heal, at least easily.
Actually, real quick, now that they've mentioned that, can I make a heal check to look at it and see if it's festering?
You give it a good look, and as you look over the wound, you do notice that there's definitely something like not corrupt, but definitely rotting to it. So you would assume it's some form of festering wound?
Me being trained by Punt, because I would always have a satchel of alchemical and druidic shit. Would I be able to, with that roll, know if I have some reagents to stop the festering at least?
Yeah, you can see if you have any means to actually clean this up. Roll me another survival or heal check at your discretion.
If I need materials, I'll walk outside the cave.
You basically say, hold on a minute, go outside, get a cup of water from the stream, sniff it, realize it's right, and then come back in and set to brewing up a small potion that you hand him. He sniffs it. It smells awful, but he just sort of looks at you and then
You don't
shrugs his shoulder and
it's a suppository.
he looks at you and then looks at the others. And he's just like,
No, I'm kidding. You just pour it over the wound. It should help.
he nods and it's obvious look of relief on his face as he pours the water over his arm. And you do notice that the previously festering quality that you noticed to the wound is slowly receding. It's going to take a bit of time. As you know, this isn't an instant remedy, but it is definitely going to do the job.
Well, it's not going to go away all at once, but at least it's no longer festering.
He nods
okay, man?
very, very quietly.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you could thank Punt for that. She taught me everything I know. I need
The
to
heck
get
is
back to
the heck kind of name is Punt?
same kind of name as Runt.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. Just don't tell her that to her face.
Don't tell me that.
Anyway. Remember, tomorrow, high day.
I knew and I got it.
Right. Once again, Rental. And it'll be funny for them to see actually Runt's change into this bird. Because he still has the other small beast speech up. Well, I'm off by. Just fly away.
And you head on back. As you come back, Merasmus has a good number of fish cooked up properly, very well, and smelling very nice.
More fish. How many more fish?
Merasmus.
More fish. More fish. Never
No,
enough.
not for fishing.
Fish.
Oh,
Oh, you gotta cook it now.
You're cooking fish.
craft?
No. Think.
Profession chef.
I don't have a chef.
You do now.
I just eat fish raw.
No. You're on the wrong track here. Think about it for a second. You have a fire cooking fish.
Yeah.
With lean-tos.
And where are you?
Trying to hide.
Oh.
Do you take... I would like you to roll a survival for me to see if you know to take any precautions to not let the scent drift off further than you would like.
Probably not. I'll see though. This is going to be without This is going to be without the 4. I think I can put in a minus in there. Let's see. Sorry, it's invisible. It did a minus 43. Not that bad of a thing. That's 15. That's actually still pretty good.
You slowly, as you are beginning the fire and crackling, come to the realization,
Oh.
other creatures can smell.
I'm
What
going
does
to-
smell like? You go down that philosophical, like, break down and have a similar episode to Magnifical in the color red as you realize maybe I shouldn't do this so blatantly.
I'm going to cast this on the fire.
You immediately drench the fire and start trying to think about stuff.
What is life? And as I'm going to take a fish and just stick it in his mouth as he's just slowly absorbing
You just start eating the fish raw. Yeah, that's probably the better way to go about it. Meanwhile, Zephyr is right nearby looking at you doing this, suddenly cutting the fire that was going to cook the food and see you do this. Do you think Zephyr would put two and two together, or do you think you would be disappointed?
I like to think she becomes that like thoughtful raptor for a second, watching him like philosophize while eating raw fish. And it's just like, all right, he's the guy. He knows about the guy who knows about catching and cooking. I'm gonna think because he seems to be deep thinking. What's going on here?
Would you like to roll a survival check for me too to see if you've come to the same conclusion? DC 15.
Yeah, if you get a nat 1, you're eating the raw fish. Just like, I guess we don't need to cook it.
We're being in touch to check to see how much.
She's not a stranger to eating fish raw, I think.
You're an avian.
All are fine with it.
Yeah, none of you would really need to cook.
Well, I remember when she first joined up. She even she was like, "Oh, this is awesome. People help like save my ass from these rope crabs, and like they cook meat. Like this is new. This is neat."
Yep. So, Zephyr, you put two and two together. You remember interactions with the Longshanks and them cooking things far away that you never got to partake in and whatnot, which is why it was still a new endeavor for you when you got to eat it yourself. And you do remember that whenever they cooked, they made smoke, and that smoke tended to waft into your harpy coven and your lair, and it smelled really nice. And then you realize that you probably don't want the other thing to smell it.
Still plenty of food. That would be, yes, guess cooking it would be bad. Anyhow, it grabs another one, just.
And at this point, Magnifical Chaise is sitting and lying down in one of the lean-tos, and just you probably like the scent of like raw fish is still something you can smell. It just won't go as far as a fucking fire will. So you're still pretty safe. You do notice that there's fish nearby. And you are back at the cave, not at the creek, so.
All right.
I gather you would partake of some?
I'm sure, yeah. I'm gonna go over there. It's like, cooked fish.
Goes ahead and casts a mage hand as a fish magically begins to float towards her.
Oh, sure thing. I
just bite off the head first, and then eat the fish.
Yep. Gotta stay on brand.
Fish heads, roly-poly fish
heads, eat 'em up, yum.
Yes.
My mother always repeated that song to me when I was young. Where the hell did it come from?
No, even.
It is literally just a fucking song that exists that my dad would play for me all the time in the fucking car whenever we drove around and shit.
That's so scary. How do we know this song?
Ask a fish head anything you want to. They won't answer. They can't talk.
Okay.
It's just a really dumb song. It's just a really dumb song. Yeah, just post a link to it. That's literally the song. Anywho, now that we are done talking about classical instrumental arrangements and songs, I forgot I still had this on the map here. All right, now it's gone. It is in our hearts still, though, and in the chat. We are going to fast forward a little bit. It is now the following day at around, say, like 9 a.m. or so, and all of a sudden, Runt, you have this orb in your pocket, and it starts to vibrate and wake you up because you were sleeping in a bit late. You pull it out, and do you do your attunement to it? Right.
Runs.
Runt is Runt.
No, he doesn't. Just falls asleep.
You wake up mildly, pull out the orb, look at it for a second through squinted, like, tired eyes, and then just sort of, like, put it back in your pocket.
5 more minutes.
It stops vibrating. About an hour later, it does it again.
So it's about 10 o'clock now. I think this point probably be like,
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And now you pick up the orb, and you just hear a obviously very annoyed voice say, "You never picked up my call."
What?
Never mind. I am approaching. I will be there by the time you mentioned in the message you left.
Oh, right, I did that. Yeah. All right. I'll go wake the others up.
Click. You go and wake up the others, and as you step out of the
turn around and
lean-tos,
just yell at the others. Oh, not yell, just, walk around just kicking them.
I mean, to
Hey.
be fair, Marasmus doesn't sleep, so
Wait a minute, do you kick Morasmus?
I don't think he's asleep. There's just like little nudges.
I don't think do I sleep? That's a good
you do.
question.
You need to eat and you need to breathe, but you do not need to sleep.
Okay.
Technically, he would need a downtime to recover spells, so that could be done.
Yeah, you take
see.
basically a downtime, but it is not actually sleep. It doesn't have to be. You can voluntarily just sort of like dull your perception, but it's not really sleep.
I was just more curious if Runt kicked him. There would be some consequences for sticking your foot in a gelatinous cube.
Prods him with his own acid staff.
Red wouldn't kick Marasmus.
He's just like.
He's
Lucky
seen,
intelligence roll.
He's remember what Asch did.
Good boy.
Hey, we gotta get ready. I need at least a couple minutes to get things. So, what we doing? We going with the turn it back into a baby?
I have no idea. Sure, I suppose.
I will
Alright.
inform you that as much as that is a really cool idea, the scale of this creature and its sort of latent magical presence as it exists in Morgram would make it immune to such an effect.
Well, I want to notify you this. Runt has seen a rock.
Oh no.
Yes, you have seen a rock. You can turn into a variant of it
That's what I was
That-
gonna say.
that is much smaller and has much reduced stats comparatively.
Well, a large rock is still a large rock. But yes, no, because I know the rock on the sheet is fucking gigantic.
It is gargantuan size.
Yes.
It is a 4x4 tile creature.
If you
Large
want
is
to-
only 2x2.
Yes, if you wanted to adjust it to is it large or huge that I can turn into?
You may be able to turn up to large, but that's about as big as you can go. As far as I recall. Because when I made your dire wolf, I made it only a 2x2 creature. Because
Large
that
or
was the
tiny?
largest you could do.
Large or
Yeah,
tiny,
you can go up
or
to
a
large or
small
down to
elemental?
tiny.
So I believe we can scale down the HP, the AC, and the BAB and the saves. But yes, Runt is planning on doing that, but he probably hasn't shared that information. But also,
Yep. So I would have to adjust it, but other than that,
yeah. You know what the worst part about all of this? I was looking, I was like, man, I wonder how late in the campaign we would.
how late in the campaign we would what?
End up running into a rock, because rocks are fucking large bird creatures that can easily transport an entire party.
Yep. Yeah, that thing could carry all of you.
I actually remember the first time I ever heard of that creature was in Age of Mythology. That was actually a unit you could get. It was mainly just for transport. It was just this big old bird carrying a little like house, and you could just put a bunch of guys in it, fly to where you needed to go.
Reminds me of the one bird in fucking Ark Survival Evolved 2.
Oh, Archtavis?
Yeah. The one you could literally build a house on the back of.
Oh, Quetzalcoatl.
I know.
Yeah, just a giant fucking like pterodon kind of thing.
Yeah.
with a fucking platform on its back when you make a saddle for it that you can build houses on.
Can Chaise turn into a pot that Marasmus can safely ride in without getting hurt? Yes.
What?
You would not be able to turn into a container large enough to carry Marasmus.
Where?
As you share the same size.
Technically, Marasmus doesn't need to breathe, so if we ever get a bag of holding...
You can't carry Marasmus around in a bag of holding. He would die.
But he doesn't need to breathe.
No, he does need to breathe. He needs to breathe and eat, but he doesn't need to sleep.
Oh.
He would die in a bag of holding.
I see.
Ron just like silently disappointed at this revelation.
But we do have a game plan.
I'm sorry, Trisky.
I need
actually adjusts glasses, animate glint.
actually he will die.
I mean, correction, Marasmus can be carried around in a bag of holding, but he won't stay alive. That is a very important distinction. You can carry anything, mostly, in a bag of holding, as long as you can get it inside the bag of holding. It just won't stay alive if it was alive before, and it needs to breathe.
All right, I'm taking over here. What are we doing here? What's the plan? All right, we got our spells recharged, which is great.
I'm going through my spells, since it sounded like we were going to try this, but we don't know the actual...
So, I got an idea. Okay. The rock is a giant bird. It's big, it's scary, it flies. That's its big thing, it's flying. So, what I'm thinking is that if Marasmus goes ahead and disguises himself or casts invisibility on himself and sneaks on up to that bird, he can go ahead and cast Drench on the bird. Now, what that does is birds can't fly with drenched feathers, you know? That's just logic. So, if we can keep it grounded, that means everybody else will have a better time smacking at it if we want to kill this thing. Same with the giant. Could even put in the arm lock, I don't fucking care. But we need to get either to take out or we need to just sneak on up to it is the thing.
Sneaky.
Sneakies.
Let's see, how many of us could you turn invisible, Marasmus?
It's only one at a time, unfortunately, but wait, hold on, that may be incorrect. Spell. It's not concentration. No, okay, I can do up to 6 of you, but that's pretty much everything in some of my big stuff that I can do then.
No, I got a plan. What about it? What about me? And it'd be just us four, because the others can do what the hell they want.
Are we getting their assistance?
Oh, yeah, I completely forgot. Yeah, no, they're alive. They found a cave with this whole big old living quarter.
You just are. I love this
some important information.
I love this development. You wake up in the morning after like ignoring your rock giant friend's call a couple of times. You're about like 2 hours away from executing your plan, and you finally tell them, "Oh yeah, the reason I was gone for 2 hours is because I actually found them and they're alive and they're fine."
Can we go meet up with them to like sort out this plan then?
They know that they're just going to attack us. So.
How do they know when they're going to attack, though?
Oh no. So the bird's army's gone all day.
Yes.
So I told them we attack when the sun's highest.
Okay. Good.
And Stone Giant's already going to be there when we get there.
Very well then. Good. All right. That is good. That is good. Oh boy, this is going to be fun.
It's going to be a big old combat, and for that very specific purpose, we aren't doing it this session. I am sorry to tell you,
We took too much
as we
time,
are
I
already
know.
about 2 hours and 40 odd minutes into today's session, and that would take a good probably next session. So next time we execute plan kill
Fuck
bird.
'em up.
Plan fuck 'em up. Yes.
Plan fuck 'em up.
Playing winner, chicken dinner.
But with that in mind,
If it wasn't bi-weekly, it could have been almost a Thanksgiving session in a weird way.
That would have been so good if it timed up like that.
Oh
That'd be
shit!
great.
Coming this Thanksgiving.
coming this Thanksgiving, killing the giant turkey that eats you.
This turkey's about to get stuffed.
Oh,
And
so
the stuffing is my gun.
So I literally just got an image from Asch.
Joy.
Yeah.
All right.
On.
Ladies and
hold on,
gentlemen.
I put it off.
We're gonna call it for today. Thank you very much, everyone, for dropping by. And next time we will murder Big Bird. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe TPK. Maybe.
Big
Let's
Bird.
hope not.
TPK? Ooh, yes. TPK?
Yes, maybe. Okay.